Hedge, tube dwellers, and welcome to the final installment of the Ritmix Best of 3 series between QXC and Lowely. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Bel'Shir Vestige, our American Terran, Complexity's QXC. And the yellow fiend who's most gross. In the bottom right-hand corner, Navi's yellow Zerg player, Lowely. Spoilers incoming. Game 1 went QXC's way after a hell of a long macro bout and some old school styles. A Marine tank composition won out over an Infestor Broodlord composition. Game 2, though, we saw the new age come in spades. QXC threw out Reaper, Hellion, and finally Hellbat drop harassment. All foiled brilliantly by Lowely. And then followed up with a Roach counterattack. The Roach counterattack was a beautiful timing that had +1 damage and armor and Roach speed off of 2 bases. He came right over to QXC's side of the map and made him have a bad day. Now on Bel'Shir Vestige, a nice go-between as compared to the first 2 maps we've seen. First being Whirlwind, second being Neoplanet S. This has a similar style to Neoplanet S as far as the geometry of the center and the distancing of the bases goes. But it's spread out a little bit more than Neoplanet S. Slightly more akin to Whirlwind. And honestly, the way games develop here, I think is a little bit closer to the way games develop on Whirlwind. Again, Neoplanet S. Really just kind of an oddball. Very commonly spawns aggressive games. QXC is going to go back to the build of the first game. Command Center first. Into barracks. Lowly this time doing a 15 hatch into pool. You know, I was rambling in game 2. I'm not totally sure if he put the pool out at 14 or if he did a hatch first in that game. Silly me. I know that in the game on Whirlwind he did a 10 pool though. So Lowely either sticking to game 2 or mixing it up continuously. If it is a continuous mix-up, I'd like that, all except for 14 pool on Neoplanet S. I don't really like that. That would be my idea of a bad mix-up. I actually would have liked to see 10 pools 2 games in a row. So a lot of times you 10 pool in the first one, they're thinking, oh, you're going to open cheesy, so you can open macro in the next one and catch me off guard, huh? If you open cheesy twice in a row, surely the second one will surprise them, right? I have no idea what I'm talking about. I have actually played in some tournaments before. I was Diamond then. I was a Diamond Protoss. It was pretty early in the Wings Liberty days. What were they? IC Cup tournaments, I think. IC Cup used to do daily tournaments. I don't know if they still do or not. I haven't actually looked into that recently. But I played in a couple tournaments. I actually beat a Master player at one point in time in a tournament game, which was really cool. They were all best of ones. I've never even played a series. So again, no clue. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I can theory craft though, damn it! I'm a scientist! I'm a Starcraft scientist. One of those liberal scientists. At least, who thinks he knows what's up. Zerglings are going to come and check things out. I would say put a little pressure on, but they're not really going to get anything done. QXC does have the bunker up, and he's got his traditional 2 Marines out. These Zerglings were a lot later than the Zerglings in the first game. However, they did about the same amount of damage. That means that Lowely, though, is going to be in a better economic footing. And yeah, we see it 33-24. The lead already beginning that Zerg players like to see. And a very quick Roach Warren. This Roach Warren looks to be timed to... I don't know, this seems early. This seems... I was going to say it looks to be timed to, you know, be able to easily deal with any type of Hellion pressure. But this Roach Warren seems even earlier than normal. And you know what? That went down right after Lowely got up here and saw the factory building. I don't know that that's a trigger, though. I don't really think it is. I don't think that's what caused Lowely to put the Roach Warren down. I think this is just a pretty early Roach Warren. I'm really interested in this. I am waiting with bated breath. Lowely's not banking minerals. He doesn't have a whole lot of supply ready. So just a couple roaches coming out here. 5. That's not necessarily an aggressive amount. It could be an aggressive amount if I also saw a baneling nest going down here, and probably one more gas. That could turn into a roach bane all-in. It would be a very zergling heavy roach bane all-in though, with only that many roaches. And it looks like, sure enough, he is building a couple more than just 5, but he's going right back to drones. So this isn't necessarily aggressively minded play. Looks like he is going to take some map control with it, though. QXC sees the roaches. This can be a very worrying sign from a Terran player. He's going to poke forward with his Hellions. He might be able to get some damage done. He's already lost 1 Hellion, though, and that's bad news. Oh, a second one. Very close to going down. 3 Hellions can still one-shot drones. Let me double-check my math. 14. Sure enough, it comes out to 42 damage. If they all hit at the same time, they will kill a drone or even a line of drones all together at once. Only a few drones going down, though. As a matter of fact, 4 he's killed in total, and now the roaches show up. He's through the bunker. This could be really beautiful. Oh my god. Lowly is putting the hurt on. QXC has some Hellions in the mix. He's also got a Banshee. I've lost track of it, though. I'm not actually sure where the Banshee has gone. Hopefully it hasn't died to a queen. No, it's here. Okay. The Banshee's been brought back for defense. It's a smart play. There's a lot of roaches here, and the roaches can't shoot up. So the Banshee could eventually defend this, but the question is, how much damage will be dealt before the Banshee does defend it? QXC, he's lost track of his Banshee. Okay, he's bringing it over now. 2 Banshees even. That should be able to DPS the roaches down fairly well, especially with a Marauder in this bunker to help work that damage out. Very nice trade for Lowly, though. He's gotten a lot of worker kills here. So let's check these numbers again. QXC with his Hellion run by killed a mere 4. Lowly killed 16. That puts our numbers in the 35 to 56 range. This is not ideal for a Terran. A Terran definitely wants to be a little bit higher than that. The Zerg does have cloaked Banshees on the way, though. That could be a concern. Is this drone? Okay, he just queued it up kind of oddly. There are Banshees on the way. QXC does have Cloak. How prepared is Lowly? He's got 2 Spore Crawlers there. He's got a Spore Crawler in the main. He's got Queens everywhere. He's got 4 Queens right now. He's even building 2 more Queens. So I don't see this doing any damage. QXC could come deny this base. Potentially. He might even run out of energy before he's able to deny that base. Lowly might be able to respond with Queens and shut this down. He does have 3 Banshees. I feel like that could deny this 3rd base. And I feel like that's about the only damage he can hope for doing. He's going to choose to deny creep. This is still damage. It's hard to measure. It's damage that, oh, Lowly, yes, with 4 Queens stepping out and an Overseer. QXC's got to run. So now QXC has not done any damage with the Banshees either. This is a tech that could pay a little bit later. He could incorporate it into his army. It could get good damage done, but this has been money not well spent. QXC is that much further away from having an intimidating army. If he had been just building Marines and tanks this whole time, his army right now would be a lot more intimidating than if he had taken this huge divergent time to come build up some Banshees. He's going to still poke around. He's going to try to get some damage done. Looks like he's coming into a mostly undefended main. There is a Spore Crawler there, though, and 1 Queen. QXC doesn't have a lot of energy for the Cloak. Nice micro to pull the damaged Banshee back. Lowly is finally responding, though. The Queens are getting up to the main, and QXC has to back off once again. Upgrade-wise, yet another advantage that Lowly holds. He's just now starting 2-2, whereas QXC's just now starting 1-1. QXC's put a lot of investment into all these different early-game harassments and pressures, and I can't be sure that he's really come out with an advantage for it. In fact, I know that he hasn't. A drop. Lowly may have spotted that, although it was just a blip on the minimap. Oh, the fungals! Wow, Lowly already has Infestors out again. It looks like compositionally this is mostly a repeat of game number 1 from Lowly. I can kind of say the same for QXC. It does look like it's going to be Marine Tank, but everything is like he's wading through molasses. It's so much slower than game number 1. He's even going to lose. No, he's not. Lowly lost control at the last second. I was going to say he's going to lose another 4 or 5 SCVs, but he took care of that right before it happened. Creep. Denying that command center time to land for just a second longer. Lowly, though. The tech is progressing. Oh, the drop. Missed most of it. It looks like some Marine corpses there. Away it goes with no cargo and low life. Lowly now moving spore crawlers up. Make this a little bit more impervious to drops. It looks like he's going to leave the queens over there too. I like having this queen count. This could, like these three especially, with that much energy, could defend a whole drop by themselves. You'd have to watch it very carefully and spam transfusions a bit, but it could do. Double drop though, I don't know. That might be enough DPS that it's tough to keep the transfusions consistent. With 4 queens, you know what? That's probably still going to work, especially if medevac gets sniped by one of these spore crawlers. That's the first thing you want to do with the queens in this situation, is focus the medevacs so that you're not fighting against their healing. That will make the fight a lot longer. QXC is going to drop it anyway. Where are the transfusions? Here they go. Okay, Lowly does lose a queen. He didn't need to lose that. And he loses the next high energy queen. Oh no, QXC's done exactly what he needs with focus fire here, and Lowly has not. QXC did lose both medevacs to queens and spore crawlers. Lowly did that right, so this force can't escape. And it actually looks like it's going to be shut down before killing many workers as well. It killed a few workers. The queens was probably the biggest hit there. 4 queens. Killed some zerglings as well. You see the queen coming back. A drop on this side caused a cancel. And actually with the larva up there, that was finished. Did that drop just kill that hatchery? My god. I really need to be on my minimap awareness. QXC getting damage in so fast I can't even see it. Oh wow, that was a widow mine that Lowly just fungled to kill. He actually had the Overseer coming, so I don't know. It might have been a bit of a waste, but still neat to see plays like that. QXC again putting this Marine tank timing together right around his 2-2. Lowly again getting adrenal glands the second he's at Hive. Getting a Greater Spire and Corruptors, so we have a very similar situation to what played out in game number 1 on Whirlwind. QXC hit a beautiful timing right as Lowly was trying to get to Broodlords, and he sent Lowly kind of off kilter. He toppled him a little bit, and Lowly never got his feet back under him. From there, he was playing on the back foot. Lowly's building a lot of banelings right up here in front, and I'm not sure that he has the funds or the time to move over to Broodlords yet. I suppose we'll see very soon. But, Lowly. Oh, the fungals, if they're good. Some banelings get in there. Oof. That was a cluster of banelings lost, though. That was a nice fungal. A lot of good damage coming out of that fungal. And it looks like quite a few of those Marines are going to die. Some are going to be saved by the medevacs, though. It looks like Lowly's got a little bit of a counterattack going. QXC just cleans it up. He's sending a couple more lings here and there, piecemeal, while QXC sends a couple Marines forward to clean up creep. QXC is going to snipe off this base. And Lowly is going to get cleaned up at the front. So now we have a little bit of a spread out Terran force. Looks like it's going to consolidate and try to put together a push. Lowly's got his infestors in position to deal with this, but not much else. Here comes some zerglings. Oh, the high ground. Oh, nice fungals. If he could get that cluster of Marines, it would be a beautiful. He is losing a couple infestors for this, but oh man, these fungals, they're holding QXC in place. He can't really micro. A lot of Marines around the side, though. QXC's forces are spread out beautifully to deal with these fungals, and he's got a hell of a worker lead, I'm sorry, a supply lead right now. He's got a solid 35 supply over Lowly. There are no counterattacks going on, no drops. QXC is keeping most of his forces together. 3-3. This time it looks like Lowly's got the lead, and this time 7 Broodlords. That is a decent number. By all means, I would like to see maybe even upwards of 10, but when these 7 Broodlords come out, that is going to be a force to reckon with. I see 2 starports coming down, but I'm not totally sure that QXC has a bead on this. We have a run by Zerglings. It looks like they're going to be stopped up by some supply depots. And some are going to be left to pick at that, while others run headlong into the army. So all of a sudden, Lowly's got small packs of Zerglings in multiple places around the map, picking off at a bunch of different things. He does have the adrenal glands upgrade done, and is about to have 3-3. Again, that's in front of QXC's 3-3. Oh, a nice fungal on the tanks. He's going to chain it. He's losing some infestors for this, but QXC's in a position to lose tanks, and QXC sees the Broodlords now. He's got a good count on them. 7 Broodlords. There's even a decent number of Corruptors here. Not a lot, but enough to at least delay the Vikings with fungals, and this time Lowly has retained a decent infestor count. These Broodlords and these Corruptors could deal pretty well with the first couple waves of anti-air that comes out of the Terran. Again, Lowely with these small numbers of Lings all over the place. Oh, QXC losing tanks. They were sieged for a second. He left them behind for just too long. The Broodlords move slow, but they are moving. They're slowly getting into position. It looks like Lowely wants to bring queens, but his creep spread is not big enough. Double drop in the main. Looks like, for the most part, Fungals are going to deal with it. There's still a few Marines here, though, and the Medivacs didn't die. A couple Lings come out. If these Medivacs go down, the Lings should be able to win. It looks like the Lings are going to win anyway. And the Medivacs will eventually go down. QXC, however, continuing to deny other bases. And I didn't miss the army going down in the middle, did I? It's very possible. I could have seen a couple Fungals taking basically everything QXC had. The Broodlords are in position, though. QXC's third is getting worked, and his fourth is being denied on one side. It's not landed on the other, so it's being denied everywhere. QXC's down to 2 bases, and this Broodlord army is unanswered. There's no answer. QXC's got a GG. There we have it. I feel like I missed a couple bits of pressure in that. That's unfortunate. I'll have to berate myself later with a rubber hose. Make sure I don't do any more of that. Ah, okay. That makes a lot more sense. I'm glad I looked down here and saw this. Purple Terran on creep. Oh boy. It's a darker purple. That's my fault still. I'm not making excuses. But QXC's army circumvented Lowely's army. For a second, when I looked up here, when Lowely's army was all in position and in a great spot to start sieging QXC's army, especially at this go-between angle between the third and the natural, I thought that Lowely had already killed QXC's whole army, and I missed it. It looks like that's not the case, though. For the most part, QXC just brought his army down here. I did catch the tanks dying. This is about how many Marines were left after the tanks died. QXC just tried to go around, and it looks like he wanted to initiate a bit of a base race. If he would have had a little bit more time or been a little bit faster about getting this force into position, then this third would have went down very quickly, and it would have been pretty hard for Lowely to stop this. Reinforcements alone, I guess turning all these into Banelings would have got him close, and then production probably would have got him all the way. But that could have been a lot of damage done. Even so, he had no answer. He had no way of killing off this army. His hopes had to lie with killing all of the Zerg's buildings faster than the Zerg can kill his. And looking at things, I'm almost certain that wouldn't have happened. So, unfortunately for QXC, he goes down. I'll go ahead and spoil this tournament for you. Lowely did end up taking third in the Ritmix Russian Invitational. He lost 0-3 to Lucifron. I'm not going to cast those matches. Although I may cast some others from this Ritmix tournament. Russian tournament. It's got a lot of names in it. It's got some Korean names. Life and Hero played in this tournament. As a matter of fact, I think there was recently a Day 9 daily between Lowely and Hero. That's from this tournament, from this Ritmix Russian tournament. So there you have it. QXC and Lowely. Another one for the books. Thanks for watching, everybody. As always, there's more Starcraft content right around the corner. And plenty of other stuff, too. Why don't you hit that subscribe button? Join in on the fun. See you later!